Greetings everyone, welcome to Chester Browns. This game was played in European Club Cup with the Black Pieces. We have Vincent Keymer, and Vincent Keymer is on top form. He won almost all of his games aside from the one loss that he suffered to ECC. Other than that, he's been playing spectacular chess, and now he's facing Rauf Mamedov, and this is going to be an epic game. So without further ado, let's start with this game. Here e4 was played by Rauf. Now just comes e5 by Vincent, knight to f3, knight to c6, and bishop to c4. We go into the Italian game. Here knight to f6, d4. Now this is the Italian, this is the two knights open position of the Italian. We have e captures, and now just going for this e5. This is the Scotch gambit, and here in this position you could have castled as well, play this knight caps on e4, and after this rook to e1, play d5, and bishop captures, queen captures, knight to c3. Now obviously you cannot capture because of this, and you cannot capture here as well right about now, and here you need to be a little bit careful. After queen to h5, don't capture it from the rook, but you can capture it from the knight, and after knight caps on e4, most likely you play bishop to e7 and get your king to safety, and your position should be fine here. But after this e capture, e5 was played, and we transpose into the Scotch gambit, and after d5 here, just bishop to b5. Now we go into this knight to d7, just challenging the central pawn, and you can castle in this position. That's exactly what Rauf does, and here bishop to e7. And now just bishop caps on c6, we have b captures, knight caps on d4, and here just going for this knight to b8. And this is what happens, when they are following the entire line of the advanced variation of the Scotch gambit, but the thing is that just one tempo late, if you decide to go for one move in the opening, it could just crumble your entire world apart. But here in this position, you could go for this knight to c3, just develop pieces. After castles, you play queen to f3, and white will be doing spectacularly fine. You play a5, take some room towards the queen side, and after rook to e1, you play rook to a6. And after b3, now you just go for this rook to e8, and after this bishop to f4, you play c5 even, pushing the knight away, knight to b5, bishop to e6, and here after rook a to d1, white is doing splendidly here in this position. Most likely d4 will be the next move because you don't want that pawn to be captured, and here black is pushed a little bit towards the back foot, although Engine likes the position, because somewhere along the line the thing is that these weaknesses could be exploited, and that's why here Engine is enjoying the position. And white also has a lot of space, but somewhere along the line those advanced pawns, if you're not able to do something about them, then they fall. That's the problem. But after knight to b8, hey, queen to f3 was played. Immediately we have c5, and now just pushing the knight away, but knight to b5 now. And hey, bishop to a6 would have been a very nice move here, just pinning this. And after c4, you just go for castles. And after this, bishop to f4, just developing pieces. It's nothing other than that, knight to c6. And after this, because you cannot just capture right now, because hey, this would fall. So here after knight to c3, just preparing to castle. But the thing is that this would be a terrible blunder if you go back with the knight, because here bishop captures, and the thing is that position collapses here. If you go for rook to d1, then just comes this knight to d4, and yeah, the position is absolutely fine. So what move you want to play in this position after this is just basically get the other knight here and just develop that, and your position should be fine. But a lot of these lines, a lot of complications. Obviously they know the intricacies of this line. Obviously they're not going to fall for all of these things. But after knight to b5, here bishop to b7 was played. Now just comes c4, and here knight to c6, and here queen to g3, and here d4 even, just pushing the pawns all the way, taking more space in the center. Rook to e1, a6 was played, and you have to go for the queen caps on g7. It's just it's inviting you to go for it. You had the advantage, you lost it. Now maybe it's time to just calm down, go towards that draw in this position. After queen caps on g7, rook to f8, and after bishop to h6, you just play this a captures on b5, e6 now, and after f captures, rook captures. You can see that there's a lot of tension here. You have to be a little bit careful in this position. The only move is rook to f7 in this position, and after this queen to g8 check comes most likely. And here after this king to d7, you just play queen to g4. You don't want to capture. If you capture, then the thing is that I have queen to g8, and after queen to g8, you can be forced to trade the queens, and otherwise you're just completely lost. And once you trade the queen, so rook gets into the game, my rook will be on spectacular files, and the thing is that I will have two pieces for the rook. With all of these pawns, it's going to be completely winning. That's the problem here. But queen to g4 is absolutely fine. Most likely you're going to have to play queen to e8 to make some breathing room, and that is the only move in this position. Queen to e8 is the only move. Only then you can survive this position, otherwise you won't have any other chance to be able to survive this. But after this a6, knight 1 to c3 was played, and this is a blunder in this position. You can see that both of the knights are just falling here in this position. And Vincent, as soon as he saw the move, he just decaps on c3 was played. Now just comes queen caps on g7. So just one tempo short this position was played. But the thing is that, is it a draw now? Well, not really, because here rook to f8 was played, bishop to h6 going for the same line, a captures on b5, and now just comes e6, but just f captures on e6, and here queen captures on h7 was played. Well, you must be asking, why not rook caps on e6 and go for the same line? Well, the thing is that now I have a beautiful move in this position. I'm going to ask you to pause the video, try and find out this only winning move for Vincent, which wins him the game right on the spot, so have at it. So congratulations to everyone who was able to find this move. The move is rook captures on f2. I mean, it was falling nonetheless, so why not just, go for a beautiful sacrifice? And you cannot capture. If you capture this, then just comes queen to d4 check. It hits the queen, it hits the king, and the thing is that here afterwards you're going to have to trade in this position. And once you trade here, then your entire position falls apart, because here after c captures, c caps on b5, c captures on b2, rook to b1, you play knight to d8, and the thing is that your rook is under attack, bishop is not doing very much, your rook is stuck there. I have a central pass pawn. Once you move the rook anyway, you can just move it back, but the thing is that I have two pieces for the rook, and then this position is just completely lost for you. That's the problem. So Rauf must have calculated all of this, but hey, just queen caps on h7 was played, but this is not at all working. Here rook to f6 now, just getting that rook left above, and the thing is that now what do? Bishop to g5 was played, again attacking the rook, but just queen to d4 now, going for the same idea. And can you capture it? Well, he did capture it. He did go for bishop caps on f6, but he just queen captures was played, defends this, doesn't allow any checks in this position other than queen to h5, which you can block, and now there is not much to do. A rook a to d1 was played, and it looks very scary. The thing is that this is looking very scary, but you have two pieces for the rook, and one rook pair, and after that you have an extra bishop, and you have no counterplay other than that. And just cutting that rook's influence in this position, Vincent goes for knight to d4, and it was on this move, on just move 22, that Rauf Mamedov resigned the game. He's so materially so less that even he understands that. It's just his attack did not go through. The move that he wanted to play, he should have played one tempo before, and now there's just so much material deficit that he cannot do anything in this position. Bishop is eyeing all of this, knight is on a centralized square, you cannot even capture that pawn. You can give one check, but that's not going to help either way. And the thing is that all I have to do is just get my king to safety. My position would be absolutely fine. There is no way you can do anything, and in this position here, Rauf Mamedov resigned the game, and now here Vincent got the spectacular victory on just 22 moves. So kudos to Vincent for playing this game so efficiently, and really an amazing play by Vincent. He's rising through the ratings. He's eyeing that top 4 spot, Arjun spot. If he had even drawn the game with Arjun, then I guess there would be no stopping him from going all the way through. But still, Arjun really did a great job there. But Vincent is playing spectacular chess, really. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll be coming back with some of these amazing games, so stay tuned to the channel, stay updated, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Thank you very much for watching.